What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing another custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. And for this video, I've got the T-60 power armor from Fallout 4, which is dropping tonight at midnight. And before I say anything else though, or move on, I just have to say straight off, this video and this figure would not have been possible without my buddy Josiah Bricks Alive, who sculpted the helmet in its entirety along with the body armor. So link to his Flickr and his Instagram will both be down in the description below, because he does some absolutely amazing sculpting work. You can tell just by looking at this figure. And also, I cannot wait for you guys to see what he did for the Arbiter in the upcoming Halo 5 Guardians showcase, which should be happening within like the next, I'm hoping the next 2 weeks, we'll see. But thankfully I was able to actually get this figure painted and done just in time for the game's release. And tonight's kind of a big deal because there hasn't been a freaking Fallout game in 5 years. So pretty exciting stuff, man. But without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here's this bulky beast in his entirety, and making this minifigure was actually kind of refreshing because it's not very often that I get to use so much of this metallic gunmetal color. I mean, I use it all the time on figures, but never to this extent. And being able to add all of the effects that I was doing on this, like all the dirt and the rust, you know, that I used by dry brushing a lot of brown, and all the different other effects that I did for weathering to really make this suit look like it's been through the wasteland. Like, this had to look and really capture, I think, the feel of Fallout 4 and just the Fallout franchise in general. So I mean, I'm really happy with what I was able to do here. And as awesome as the helmet is and the chest piece by Josiah, the problem was I had to be able to make up for the rest of it. And when you take the armor and the helmet, it looks great, but when you put it on a figure by itself, it looks really awkward, because then the rest of him is like totally thin and there's nothing else to make up for how big the chest and helmet both are. So what I did was, you guys might be familiar with Breakthrough Army. They're the ones who make a lot of the chest pieces I've used for Iron Man suits in the past, and usually I don't use them, but they also when you get their armor sets, they include these really bulky leg pieces and these really bulky gauntlets, and never did I ever think I would need to use them, but I ended up using them for this. And no, they're not accurate. No, this is not what the power armor looks like in game in terms of the arms and legs, but I decided that it was necessary because there really wasn't anything else for me to do. So I decided to take those gauntlets and I decided to take these bulky leg pieces from Breakthrough Army and basically give them the same paint job. And another little detail you notice on the legs, by the way, I've got 111 there for Vault 111. So yeah, that's a little detail I knew I had to add to this minifigure, but regardless, it's really all self-explanatory. I mean, you can see everything just by looking at it. And one thing I should mention though is you can see that I do have a jetpack here. I forget what type of jetpack this is from Aerialite Customs, but you can check out their site as well. Link to that will be down in the description below as well. So yeah, links to Josiah, Aerialite, Breakthrough, it's all down there. But I mean, yeah, this is basically the accuracy, and aside from the helmet and the chest, just flew out the window because I had to do something to be able to make up for the bulk and something to make up for the back, because for various reasons, I forget why, but Josiah decided to pass on actually sculpting anything on the back, I guess so that you could basically have the option of choice and make your own backpack, because there's a lot of different varieties, and I'm pretty sure there's like no straight backpack that you can have on the backs of the T-60 power armor in Fallout 4, from what I understand. I might be totally wrong though, so don't quote me on that. But the minigun was something I didn't even think this minifigure was going to be able to have, and that was because, as you might be able to tell, the gauntlets are pretty big and they do restrict the hand movement, and the only way I can turn the hands is if I actually pull them off and then put the hands back in a different position and then put the gauntlets back on. It's a whole thing. So eventually I was able to get the minifigure to grip the minigun once again, and you can see this is actually a Brick Arms minigun, just a standard Brick Arms minigun, nothing special about it, aside from the fact that you might notice I've got the massive ammo canister on the bottom of it, and the ammo canister is actually just two 1x1 smooth studs glued together, and then the whole thing glued onto the bottom of this minigun with tons of layers of paint and glue to make sure that thing never comes off. And you'll also notice I do have a nice little detail painted onto the front of it as accurate to its real in-game appearance. And you'll notice I have a lot of different weathered effects on this thing, and all the different brown, the rust, it's all there. And the ammo chain, of course, clipped onto it. That's another accessory that you can get with Brick Arms miniguns, that which is great, because that's pretty much, this is, I mean, as close as I think I was going to be able to get to a Fallout 4 minigun, and so I'm pretty damn satisfied with it. And regardless of how inaccurate the legs might be, or how inaccurate the gauntlets may be, or even the jetpack, it's still a really awesome looking minifigure, especially with the incredible sculpting work by Josiah Bricks Alive. And I should mention though, just to make sure that you guys don't think this was a sculpt made just for this video, like the Arbiter is going to be in the Halo 5 showcase that you'll see soon, this was actually a copy of the original set, because thankfully Josiah was actually able to get several casts made of his armor set for Fallout 4, and he was able to get them out to a lot of different customizers in the community, and thankfully I was one of them, and was able to make this figures and paint it, and just, you know, show off his work, and also be able to make something really exciting in time for the game's launch. So yeah, aside from that, you can pretty much see I used a lot of different dark gray, and you can see I've got some white going on here for like the lights that are on top of the helmet, and it's all there, and it's pretty much that. That's really it, and that's all I have to mention, really. It's a pretty self-explanatory minifigure, even though I've somehow gone on for probably well over 5 minutes at this point talking about it. So I think I'm going to end it there, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video.
War never changes.
You know, I never got into this franchise until now, and I still don't see what the big deal is. Alright, and there you have it, the showcase video for Fallout 4's release on the T-60 power armor, half by me and half by Bricks Alive, because, again, I don't know how many times I've said it in this video, I would not be sitting here recording this if it was not for him making the armor set, because, again, it's incredible, and I think that's probably the last time I'm going to say it, because I know I'm probably sounding pretty repetitive at this point. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, or maybe found yourself inspired to make your own minifigures from Fallout 4, and if you did, man, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below, and or your opinion on the figure down in the comments, any of which, either of which really do mean a lot and definitely go a long way, guys. And especially when I'm just like sitting here without any videos to do, and I'm just like really working on all these other figures to hopefully like get something done, and sadly there really haven't been a lot of reviews for me to do or like anything else other than the figures that I'm working on. And so as you can tell, this is how long it takes to get figures done, and that's why there really hasn't been any videos. Like, I mean, I'm getting a video out like maybe every week or two, and that's not great because but regardless, if you want to keep up with me, you can definitely check out my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all three of which will be down in the description below, and their links and stuff. So that's where I'm posting stuff like way before I actually posted on here. I already have like a preview for the Arbiter sculpt that Josiah also did. Again, that's going to look amazing when you see it, so definitely check that out. Again, links down there, man. I say it so much because that's really where I post the most, because again, like I say all the time, way easier to post over there than it is to fully edit and record an entire video, let alone actually have something finished when I want to, because over there I can freaking show you things before I can show you things over here, because I don't have to have it 100% done because you're not seeing the whole thing. So yeah, I think I'm done talking about that. Now for my little small confession. I'm not a Fallout fan. I never was, and I never have been. I just started to get into the franchise recently because of Josiah's work on this sculpt, and also because of obviously all the advertising and everything that I've been seeing from Fallout 4. So I mean, I do know the franchise, I know the story now and what it's about, and everything that pretty much goes on in it. I've pretty much just taken a straight pencil dive into all of it. So I mean, I'm not a total noob when it comes to the franchise, but I still haven't played a single one of the games. I really only know some stuff about the story, and I've watched some playthroughs. So I mean, I'm not the biggest Fallout fan, but I still really absolutely loved this armor set and really wanted to have this figure done and finished before the game's release, because I know there are a lot of Fallout fans out there that would appreciate this, and I wanted to make sure they saw his sculpting work on this figure. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to mention though, so I'm going to end it off there, and I will catch you guys in the next video, and I don't know what that'll be or when it'll be, but hopefully it'll be soon. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye!
This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in.
What's going on, guys? Shit. What's going on, guys? This is Michael. Shit. What's going on, guys? Nope. What's going on, guys? Oh my god. What's going on, guys? I'm done with this little zooming thing. Another custom Lego minifigure show. I am more than glad of... Guys, it's Michael MGF. That's dropping tonight at midnight, and I absolutely cannot wait for it. Actually, I can because I'm not playing it.